All right, yesterday I got a call with a guy that lost literally $15,000 in advertising. Ooh, that's $15,000 trying to run ads. And he told me that he learned more in that call than his 4 years in college. And I am so glad that he took notes and that he's gonna implement everything I told him. So the reason I'm starting this series is because I do consultation calls and they're pretty expensive. They're about $500 an hour. And that's because the delta of me spending an hour on the phone with you versus me working on my business, the delta needs to be very small. Newbies can't spend $500 an hour on a phone call, and so this little session was really helpful. I have been helping Sanj for a really long time, so the session is a little longer, it's about 40 minutes, and I'm just gonna cut it into multiple pieces and throw it out there, and hopefully everybody enjoys it and grabs something out of it.
All right, sweet. I'm just going to jump right into it, man. I've got a broad question to start up. People have asked it before. It's all over, but I just wanted to get my feet wet with this one question. First one is, when testing Facebook ads, you pick a product, but what kind of budget do you use and how many ad sets do you run? I usually do one interest. I know you do that as well sometimes, but I would like to know how much you would pour into per ad set and how much ad sets would you test?
So for a new product that's completely untested, I would do 3 ad sets, $5, different interests. So first day is just $5. If it starts working well, then I branch into more ad sets or more interests.
Okay, and you're doing one interest targeting?
It really depends. Sometimes I do one, sometimes I try to narrow it down a little further. So like if you just do household items, it's kind of too broad. But if you do household items, housewives, it really centers it down a little bit more.
Okay, all right, perfect. That makes a lot of sense. When you are testing, what's your audience size?
Usually I aim for 500 to like 1 million.
Okay. Do you ever go into the crazy high ones, let's say 100 million?
Yeah, sometimes. It really depends. I usually target the US, so most of the time it's not that big. But yeah, if you're testing worldwide, it does get kind of ridiculous.
Okay, well that falls into my next question. So you just test US?
Yeah, for testing, I usually do US because it is the hardest market to get into. It's really competitive. So if you can like win at the US, you can branch out really easily.
Okay, so when you do branch out after the US, do you test worldwide? Do you exclude any countries? What do you really follow?
Yeah, I usually exclude like the Middle East, Africa, China. That's mainly it, yeah.
Okay, what about South America?
I do South America sometimes. Sometimes it is a little difficult to ship there, so I don't like it really depends on your item. If the smaller the item it is, the better to like target those kind of countries because it just gets through customs a lot easier if it's small.
Okay, sweet. Next question. What about when testing? Do you test the mobile and desktop or do you just do desktop? I know some people have told me it's best to pick one and let Facebook optimize. Let Facebook do less optimization.
So mobile versus desktop. I always test mobile.
Okay, so just exclusively mobile?
Yeah, for the testing period, mobile because it does give you the cheapest traffic.
Perfect. Now, what about ages and gender?
Ages and gender. Okay, so if it's a broad like product where both can use it, then I definitely target both. But if it's like, let's say leggings or something, then I target women.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so target both if you can. For the ages, I do try to stick around 20 and up because like people below 20 don't always have a credit card, so it's not like always useful.
I usually do 24, 25 up. That's just like where I am, and that's when I think people are able to buy stuff. Last one, language. What do you do? Do you leave it blank or do you do English all?
I use English all. Usually.
You do English all, so you do narrow it down by language.
Sorry?
So you do type in a language there. Some people say leave it blank.
Yeah, just English usually.
Okay, sweet. Other than that, last like little bit of the ad manager one. Do you click Wi-Fi only when you're doing video ads?
Oh, that's an interesting one. I never really tested that, but I've heard that some people do because like when you're on your mobile and you're on Wi-Fi, you're more likely to click on stuff because you're like probably at home or something.
Yeah, I feel that. I've actually tested it. If I've seen, in my opinion, less result when I do click it. I mean, I haven't tested too many things, and I'm not the best at testing. But from my experience, I do kind of click it, leave it on click for now. But I'll definitely test it a bit more in the future.
Yeah. I think it goes down because like a lot of people have unlimited data, so you're just walking around on your phone anyway. So if you have data, like, why not?
That's like me right now. I just roll with it. Like I just have unlimited data, so I just when creating an ad, do you do the dark post, or do you create an ad and then take that post and create a bunch of other ads?
Usually I do. Usually if it's a new product, I do a dark post, and then you have to mess around with it. Sometimes it doesn't work, so I try to do dark posts as much as possible. If not, then I just do a regular post.
Okay, and what are the benefits of dark post?
So dark posting, the only benefit I can really see is that you can hide it from your competitors. People can't see it, and that's the only thing that people really do it for. Otherwise, like it works as a normal post.
Okay, that makes sense. If you're testing a prove it winner, it doesn't really matter at that point then.
Yeah, it's only for new products because I don't want people like spying on me and shit because people do that.
Yeah, well, I do that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure other people watching this would do that as well.
Yeah.
For the placement, you're just a feed guy, and then you retarget with the right columns?
Correct. So when I'm first targeting and testing, I target only the Facebook feed, and then I move to Instagram if it works, and then everything, if it actually works.
Okay, well, I'm actually never ever tested Instagram. I tried it when I started up. I just spent a little bit of money in there and I didn't really get too much results. Instagram is something I don't even have questions for you on Instagram, but I'm sure other people would love to know more about that.
Yeah, I actually do a lot of Instagram influencers, YouTube influencers, and stuff like that. It's a really good way to start if you don't have like pixel data and stuff.
Okay, that's something I've always tried to shy away from, just because the influencers, in my opinion, if I can launch an ad and make something that cold traffic wise, I think the product's a winner. So I would definitely look into that. So do you do 1-click conversion, 1-day click?
I do 7 days.
You do 7 days?
Yeah.
And is there a reason for that?
Nope. I just don't feel like messing with it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Moving away from that page, that initial page of ads, I do have a question of CPM and how do you drop your CPM? Is there a way to drop the CPM? And if it's possible, how do you do it? So
CPM is a really curious one. It just means that there's a lot of competition in your niche and in the area that you're trying to target. If you want to lower your CPM, you need to be really creative on how you're targeting. So not just targeting like, let's say you're doing, I don't know, fitness. You target their gym, you target this, you target magazines and stuff. And then like different types of combinations will lower the CPM or raise it. And so it really depends on how you're targeting, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. You just got to try to hit the interests that are less targeted by other people. Yeah. If you're doing Blender, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a high CPM because
you can't just put it in Blender.
Exactly. Well, no, I've seen a lot of people tell me that you should use keywords and then things. Just one simple word that would hopefully bring traffic. But
your CPM is going to be huge.
Exactly, and that, especially if you're doing it to the United States, right? Mm-hmm. Personally, I target. I test with tier 1, I target tier 1, but it's similar to US, but obviously US is just a whole different game.
Yeah.
Moving on there, I would like to know how you make your ad copy. Again, people do say, hey, here's my product, ask a question, what can it do for you? And then the offer, and then here's the buy. What do you think about that model?
Yeah, so ad copy. There's a couple of different types of ad copy. There's the problem solving ad copy, there is the viral ad copy, or there's like just a normal like here's the product kind of ad copy. So the one I like to use is the viral one, where if it's a really like awesome looking like t-shirt or something, be like, oh my god, I need this, and put like heart emojis, whatever. That works really well for that. But something like a really popular item is like the fast defrosting tray. That's more of like a problem-solving product. So you put the problem in front of them, you ask them if they have this problem, and you solve it for them.
So that's a perfect thing bringing up there. I tested the frosting the tray. I'm sure a lot of people listening to this probably have too, especially starting out shipping. I tested it and I couldn't even get a sale. I've tested other products and I've gotten sales from them, but this product in particular, the CPM was through the roof, and I couldn't get a sale at all following the same ad copy and landing page that I usually do for other products. Why is that?
It could be saturated. It's a really old product. It's all over the place, and a lot of people are targeting it, so you need to be really on point with your ad copy, with your targeting, stuff like that. But it's really saturated. I think that's the reason.
So from what I'm hearing from you, it's better to do unique untested items than proven winners. I mean, at least to make a scalable product.
Well, there's different tiers of proven winners. There's proven winners that are there's ads running and you see proof there, but there's also proven winners where it's like super saturated, where there's like tens of thousands and 20s of thousands of sales, and that's more of, if you already have a big brand, you can jump into those products. All right, so that was the first video. It is right there. If you liked the video, if it was helpful at all, please drop a comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when the next one is coming up. If you need one-on-one coaching to go through whatever problems you have and to take the next steps to move forward with your business and start profiting every month, go ahead and drop a comment, let me know. And that's it. This has been Tony with Modern Day Ambition.